See? That's the exact spot, right on the dorsal ridge. And you're making it flare up by grazing it with your finger so gently. I can already feel the scales starting to loosen, and it's driving me crazy. So now you want to help. 2 weeks of ignoring all the signs. Don't even try to lie. The flakes all over the bathroom floor are a dead giveaway, and now, suddenly, you're the world's leading expert on Lamia epidermal biology. I know that you Googled it. Humans always Google it. Then they get all grossed out, and they watch snake shedding videos at night, thinking that we don't see them. Well, we do. Just sit down. No, on the floor. If you drop any bits on the bed, I will end you. So calm your mammalian panic. It's literally no different than when you peel off sunburned skin, except way less pathetic. And there's a system to it. You start at the outermost edge and you work inward with gentle, even pressure. If you half-ass it, I will get patchy for a week, and then everyone will know I let a human take care of my skin. Ugh, mortifying. Yes, it is that big a deal. And I'm not overreacting. Would you be calm if your entire outer layer felt like it was dull and dry and itchy? It itches like the 7th circle of hell. Okay, here. You see this scale? Right here. That's where you start. And before you blurt out those dozen obvious questions, yes, Lamia shed more often when we're stressed, and no, it doesn't hurt, except for the bit that does, and because of the friction. It's the friction that's worst, and that's why we use oil. So, here, dip your fingers in this, and don't be squeamish. And if it gets on your clothes, it washes out. Probably. Unless you're wearing something synthetic, in which case, condolences. And if you ever call it snake oil again, I will strangle you in your bed. Now focus. Long, smooth motions. Try to think of it like petting a cat. But if this cat's dignity depended on it. Yeah, like that. Not bad at all. Keep going. And don't laugh if I make a sound. Everybody makes a sound when their scales come off. It's basically a fact of nature. And that sound, by the way, it's not purring. I swear, if you ever describe it that way to anyone, I will wrap you so tightly they will need the jaws of life to peel you off. It's a release. A completely involuntary exhalation of tension. Okay? It's like a sigh, but from the mid-spine. I mean, you'd understand if you weren't so fixated on how cute it supposedly is. And could you go a little slower? The brittle bits get caught if you rush. And if I end up with one of those half-attached flaps, it'll drive me to self-destructive behavior. No, seriously, you'd catch me twisting around the bedpost like a demented worm trying to get it loose. I'll destroy half my possessions in the process. I mean, the last time I tried it, I demolished a reading lamp, and I left scales in every corner of the house for a month. So be happy I'm thoughtful in my restraint, I guess. Do you want to know how bad a shed has to be before Lamia asks anyone for help? Let me put it this way. Giving birth, injuries requiring stitches, the apocalypse, and itchy skin. In that order. It's a literal torment to even admit there's something I can't handle on my own. But your human heating system and the complete lack of humidity on this continent, it's pushed my skin into crisis. So don't make a big deal about it. Just, yeah, right there. See, that's the sound. It's not purring. It's just an involuntary pressure relief. Don't say good girl. Oh my God. Yes, it's funny, but I will bite you. Seriously. If you get all sentimental, I'll rethink about inviting you in on this tradition. You humans always act like intimacy is some sort of milestone. But for us, it's just logistics and hygiene. Don't fall in love with me just because I let you see my ugly side. My ugly side is 90% of my experience. Wait, stop. You missed a spot. Hold on, let me... Right there. Right along the scapular. Yeah, I know it's weird. No, I don't want to look at you while you're doing it. Just keep your eyes on the job. Last time I did this, I couldn't even finish my ventral side, and I had to walk around with a mini mohawk of scales for days. Do you know what that does to a girl's social life? Of course you don't. Humans just shave and call it self-expression. For us, it's existential. Okay. Now, gently work down towards the bifurcation. No, don't ask, just follow the line. When it comes off in sheets, it's actually kind of satisfying. I like that part. Not so much the scales that flake off uneven, or the little bits that hang on for your dear life in weird little patches. The stuff you see in cartoons, with perfect, shiny, new skin underneath. Total myth. Real life is messier. There are layers to it. The worst part is my back. Right along the spine where I can't reach. My tail's flexible, but not that flexible. Whoever designed Lamia anatomy clearly never considered the concept of self-care. You have no idea how embarrassing it is to sit in the middle of a room hunched over a bowl with old scales fluttering down while you pick at them with your freakishly dexterous fingers. There's a rhythm, you know. The dull, cloudy bits go first. And everything underneath is so disgustingly bright. I want to hiss and hide, but I don't. I don't want to hide anymore. I just want to be free of this shedding. You're staring again. Don't pretend you're not. I can feel it. So stop. Don't look at me like that. Fine, then look if you have to. I know it's weird. The new skin is always so bright and raw. It's like a peeled fruit. I hate that I'm so pink. The transition is always pink, and it sucks. Yeah, beautiful, sure. Until it dries out and it sheds all over the house again. Hey, slow down. You've got a whole band in one pull. That's satisfying. It's almost pretty, the old scales. We used to make jewelry from the first sheds of the cycle back at home. Not that I was ever sentimental about it, but Mom kept a collection in a velvet bag. Said it was for good luck. And she'd be mortified if she saw me here letting a human peel my scales. Or maybe she'd laugh herself sick. Either way, she'd have an opinion. Nobody tells you how vulnerable it feels. Being between skins. Nothing quite fits, and you look like a rejected art project, and the only way to get the really stubborn patches is to ask for help. Lamia aren't sentimental. You're probably sick of hearing about that by now. But you asked, and you meant it. And that's a little addictive, honestly. I never saw myself as a sharing person, but there's something about admitting how gross and inconvenient my own body can be and having you just nod like it's nothing and keep going. No, I don't want to look. Not until it's settled. It's always too much right at first. You think I'd be used to it after all these years, but it still feels like standing in front of the class in your underwear. Don't blush. I didn't mean it like that. You have very steady hands for someone who panics at the sight of a paper cut. Is this weird for you? Of course it is. That's what you get for letting a Lamia into your lease. Don't pretend your mammal friends wouldn't have a collective meltdown if they saw this. Actually, don't mention it to anyone, ever. This is a one-time event, and if you try to recap it in a group chat, I'll know. You're not that sneaky. Not that I'm ashamed or anything, it's just... you're a lot better at this than I expected. Honestly, it's like you're reading the instructions off my brain. Are you sure you've never done this before? You can tell me if you have a secret ophidiophile thing. I won't judge. Maybe a little. And I might exploit it for chores. But only on the weekends. Okay. This is the part that kills me. The dusting. No, don't use the towel, you monster. You'll get lint everywhere. Just use your hand. Yes, your hand, like this. See? Only in this direction, though. No. No, it's good. It feels like when you wake up after a fever. Your whole body is finally cool, but your skin is still humming. Ugh, that's embarrassing. I can't believe I said that out loud. Forget that I said it. You know what's funny? I used to think if I ever let anyone do this for me, that I'd immediately die of embarrassment. But it just feels like you. Not in a gross way, in a duh, that's so obvious kind of way. You could totally sell shedding parties at some LA spa if you put your mind to it. I mean, you'd make a killing off the dumb rich crowd. They could line up for authentic Lamia exfoliation. I mean, if you need another side hustle. No, I'm not going to tip you. I'll just owe you forever. How's that? Maybe I could do your laundry for a week. Not that I'm admitting to being grateful or anything. But I can acknowledge a favor when it's a life or mortification situation. What do you mean, adorable? I swear. You're gonna get us both kicked out of the cool misfit club if you keep complimenting me when I look like a peeled grape. Ugh. Not that I hate the compliments. Shut up. No, don't stop. You're not done yet. There's still some scale dust on my lower back. Here. Wait, don't move your hand. It's really warm. It's a good kind of warm. And don't stop. I said just keep your hand there for a second. It's helping. I mean, the itch is almost gone. And you're not even terrible at this. Which is so unfair, if you think about it. Wipe that smug grin off your face, or I'll make you oil my ventrals next time. And trust me, you do not want to see those. Well, maybe you technically do, but I don't want you to see them. So, stalemate. Wait, don't put the jar away yet. I probably need a little more. Right here. It's always worse near the base. Wow. That is... Honestly, I get why mammals obsess over massages. That's so much better. If I had legs, I think they'd be jelly by now. Just a little more, would you? Maybe both hands? If it's not weird. Not that I'm, craving it or anything. It's just efficient to use two hands. Maybe you're a bad influence. Maybe I was overdue for a mental breakdown and this counts as therapy. If anyone back home saw me now, they'd laugh me out of the village. F4A only lasted 3 months, poor girl, before she domesticated herself and let a human dust her scales. Don't make that face. I do not babble. I share information in a concise manner. You're being kind of quiet. Are you okay? Did you need a break? I mean, I didn't mean to guilt you in this. If you have to go, sterilize your hands or whatever, I'll look away. No? You're good? Well then. It's funny, isn't it? How quickly you get used to things. Even the gross stuff. 2 months ago, and I would have traded my soul to keep you from seeing me like this, but now I kind of don't want you to go. I said kind of, okay? There's at least a 4% chance it's the aftershed dopamine talking. In an hour, I'll be back to my regularly scheduled contempt for human endeavors. If you wanted, you could stay. Here, until I'm sure the skin's settled. Sometimes the itch comes back if the air is too dry and I have to start over, and that would be, inconvenient for both of us. So, will you stay? I'll even let you pick the show tonight, and I won't complain about your taste or lack of it. Just, if you ever tell anyone about this, I reserve the right to erase your memory using any means I deem necessary. I hear you can do incredible things with a melon baller. Thank you for not being grossed out. Or if you are, thank you for hiding it well. You can turn on something now if you want. It helps with the new skin, with not thinking too hard about things. Unless you want to talk about things. Or just sit here. That's good too. You don't have to. I can go full predator mode and ignore you for days if that's what you prefer. If you don't mind, maybe sometimes I could be just a little bit needy. It's nice to be cared for like this. This part, the after, it always leaves me feeling weirdly floaty. Like my skin is raw, but I don't want to burrow into a laundry basket or anything. With you here, it's different. It's not so bad. It's actually kind of nice. The way you keep brushing my scales. It's kind of dangerous. Letting you know you're good at something I need. I'm never going to hear the end of it, am I? There'll be helpful reminder notes on the fridge and cheeky text messages by next week. You're so obvious. But for a human, you're pretty good at Lamia maintenance. I should leave a review. 5 stars. Would molt again, professional, discreet, gentle touch. accepts payment and lukewarm coffee and sarcasm. So, same time next week? Kidding. Obviously, I'd never molt on a fixed schedule. Molting is all instinct, no warning. Like falling in love. Shut up. That was just an example. Obviously.